Hi, welcome to this session on The Medium is the Message, using social media to teach timeless lessons. I'm Mr. Umba. I'm a teacher, speaker and digital content creator. In this short talk, I want to showcase some of the ways I've used the arts and social media to connect my students to timeless concepts in English literature and enrich their educational experience. I'm not a social media expert or guru. I just want to share some of the things I've learned using social media to create educational content. I made the following TikTok back in November to detail the classroom experience for teachers and students alike in a tongue-in-cheek way.
You go to the toilet, why didn't you go at break? You just had 20 minutes when you could have gone before class, for heaven's sake. I want to start the lesson now, and you want to leave the class while the rest of the students in here have already completed the first class. Excuse me, why are you speaking? I'm a little bit confused. Just because I'm talking to somebody doesn't give you an excuse. And why are you still in your trainers? You need to put on your shoes. Right, Johnny, you're on a warn. If I speak to you again, you'll have to move. And you, spit your gum out. You know you're not allowed to chew. What do you mean you don't understand? I just explained it to you. Get the date and title down and turn to page 2. Is that a phone in your hand? If it is, you know what I'll have to do.
It's been viewed 11.5 million times, liked 2.2 million times and shared 46.2 thousand times. It's got a total play of 68,615 hours, which is the equivalent of about 7.8 years. That blows my mind. But it also highlights what a powerful tool social media can be in connecting with others. It was Marshall McLuhan who coined the phrase, "The medium is the message." He argued that while the content of the medium is a message that can be easily grasped, the character of the medium is another message which can be easily overlooked. How we choose to communicate has similar importance as what we communicate. Using social media can be an effective way to whet the appetites of learners and encourage them to dig deeper. If there were a few lessons I've learned about making content that connects, it would be being relatable, intertextuality, simplicity, and being engaging. I'm always trying to find the big idea in a text and communicate in a way that students can understand. I'll often look for the timeless principle that remains true regardless of the historical and cultural gaps. What is it about this text that is a timeless truth? How or why should the message of this text resonate with a learner? For instance, when introducing an Inspector Calls to a group of students, I told the story from the personal perspective of each of the characters. I wanted to explore the humiliation of Sheila that she would have felt discovering that her soon-to-be fiancé had been unfaithful to her during their engagement. I wanted to emphasise the emotional impact of having your dirty laundry aired and how it juxtaposed the carefully crafted image of the Berlins.
Sheila was rich, no one would deny this. Gold touching her clutch like Midas. Gerald Croft was hot, the finest, but she never knew that a man had a side chick. Though she wondered how his time spent, like summer when she couldn't find him. That summer when he said he was grinding, on the real, should've known from the signs then. But he was dazzling, blinding, seemed like a kind man. Plus, he dropped on one knee, said marry me, and copped her the diamond. Trust, he's one of the family now. Sitting there smiling. He's been trying long enough, right? But she just sits there silent. Something doesn't feel right. It rings like a siren. It makes her think twice, like when the pink light just hardens and brightens.
When looking at A Christmas Carol, I wanted students to begin to explore how the impact of Scrooge's encounters with the three spirits would have transformed him from the cold, misanthropic miser to a man reborn. I wanted to emphasise the impact that such a supernatural experience would have had on him in shaking him to the core.
Baby, you understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad, don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you see some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
How do I start this? I guess I'm cold-hearted, so my mind's cold. I'm just a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching. Covetous old sinner, but these people know nothing. Stop to think and ask this, how does a heart start to shrink? They say the features of Ebenezer are hard and sharp as flint. They laugh at him, the pastors marred him, changed him and scarred him. Bear that in mind when you start to charge him, the sinner with no pardon. Over the years my heart's hardened, at the same time my grasp fast on more coin. I look like my boy and my late partner, and the brother was ready to beg, still borrow or barter. It was Scrooge and Marley then, it will be Scrooge and Marley after. You see, I bet you never knew I grew up with a harsh father. I guess that's where I learned to be such a hard taskmaster. We exploit the poor, that's the source of more cash faster. I'm alone by choice, bruv, solitary as an oyster. Secret and self-contained, you know I'm self-employed, bruv. If you come against me, trust me, you'll get destroyed, bruv. Keep it moving, don't make me have to raise my voice, bruv. I'm not scared of anyone or anything. What was that noise, bruv?
When looking at Macbeth, I wanted students to see how highly Macbeth is regarded at the start of the play, and how his ambition and hubris leads him to take the destructive actions he does. I wanted to emphasise to students how Macbeth the brave easily becomes Macbeth the betrayer.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the M to the A, you already know his name. It's Macbeth, he's the best, wears an S on his chest. Wanna test? Be my guest, but there'll be nothing left. Point after point and round after round, Macbeth gave his best as he fought for the crown. With every breath he fights to the death, and nobody rests until he's won the conquest. All the king's horses and all the king's men made sure they would never try to test them again. Their king tapped out, they got smacked down. They wanna back down, wave the white flag now. Thane of Cawdor's a traitor, he'll be dealt with later. We'll kill the betrayer and give Macbeth my favour. His loyalty is noted, his service devoted. Tell him I've noticed and he's just been promoted. Look up to this guy, he is worthy as a Thane. It's the M to the A, yeah, you already know his name. It's Macbeth, he's the best, wears an S on his chest. Wanna test? Be my guest, but there'll be nothing left.
I hope that this might provide you with some inspiration for how you might use the arts and social media to celebrate, promote and enhance your subject to a new generation of learners who are growing up in the digital age. I hope that you might be encouraged and challenged to consider using new mediums to communicate timeless messages. I'd love to connect and hear from you about your thoughts on this talk. All the details for how you can connect with me are in this video somewhere. Take care, bye bye.